Hey there, this is episode 3 of the Balance 5 podcast, using 30-day challenges to save money and change your habits. Welcome to the Balance 5 podcast, where we talk about balancing intentional debt payoff, saving money, and actually living your life. I'm your host, Raylia, small business owner, wife, girl mom, nonprofit co-founder, and money nerd. This is an audio version of the Balanced 5 blog because I know how hard it is to find time to sit down and read literally anything. Instead, you can get quick bits of money knowledge on the go. I want to help you learn to control your money instead of letting your money control you. Let's get started. Today we're talking about using 30-day challenges and how challenging yourself can help you save money and change your habits. Or at least become more aware of your habits and think about changing them. So in the show notes, you will find a link to 2 different versions of a 30-day challenge tracker printable. There are blue and pink options. You can download and print out the color you want as many times as you want. I do encourage you to go ahead and print that out and get started on your first 30-day challenge as soon as possible. Today we're going to go over ideas for 30-day challenges, choosing a challenge winner's reward, and tips for succeeding at a 30-day challenge. You will soon find out that I am a big believer in approaching your finances with an intention. Being aware of what you're doing and spending will help you take steps towards your bigger financial goals. You have to be conscious of what you're doing, make plans, set goals, and follow through. And I get it. All of that stuff is hard to do. I've been there. It's hard to look at what you've been doing and admit that you've messed up. It's important to remember that the past is the past and you can still change your future. One way to do that is through challenges or by making money more fun. So I recently realized that my husband and I are both secretly competitive people. We're using that trait to our family's advantage by creating 30-day challenges for ourselves to save money and use that money to pay off some of our debt. So if you've read anything on the Balance 5 blog, we are still deep in debt payoff mode. We've got at least another year, maybe longer, depending on how much we buckle down and how much extra income we can bring in. So we have been working on ways to make this whole process a little more fun. Right now, we've got multiple trackers, like printouts, in the office of our house, tracking each and every debt that we're paying down. And I still have the printouts for the debts that we've paid off up on the walls, just so we can see how far we've come and all of the debts that we've actually, defeated. We also have a 30-day challenge tracker to motivate us to not eat out right now. It was pretty startling when I realized how much we spend at restaurants when we began tracking our spending, so we're working hard to reduce that. Being in quarantine due to COVID has definitely impacted the amount we spend on eating out. But before I really started paying attention, we were still eating out, getting takeout or delivery and spending more than I'm really comfortable with. That's why I created this 30-day challenge for us, and I'm challenging you to challenge yourself. There are so many ways that you can challenge yourself to better your financial position. It's satisfying to cross off each day and motivating to see how long you can keep that streak going. My 30-day challenge tracker that you can download from the show notes is open-ended, so you can make it your own. Some suggestions for creating your own challenge are not eating out, spending nothing beyond your bills, spending nothing beyond groceries and bills. So that's basically covering the essentials. If you were to spend nothing beyond bills, that would be like a pantry challenge, really. You're not buying any groceries. You're eating what you already have. in your pantry or in your freezer and fridge. You could not buy clothes. You could not buy toys. You could spend nothing on hobbies and entertainment. You could spend nothing on your habit. So that area where you spend without thinking. Things like this would be lattes, drive-through meals, snacks from the cafeteria, sodas from the gas station on the way home. So just little spending that really adds up, and you often just do it from habit. I want you to break that habit now. This episode is brought to you by Your Streamlined Debt Plan from Balanced Fi, the guide you need to prioritize your debts, make a plan, and get started. And this free offer helps you create a personalized debt payoff plan if you are stressed about your debt, ready to pay off your debt, unsure of where to start, or uncertain about all of your debts. So what's included? And this free workbook includes everything you need to know about prioritizing your debt payoff. How to find all your debts, what information you need, how to actually use the 3 most common debt payoff methods, how to find your rolling debt payment amount, and the steps needed to speed up your debt payoff. You can download your free copy of Your Streamlined Debt Plan at balancedfi.com/YSDP. That is short for Your Streamlined Debt Plan. Okay, are you ready for some tips for success? First, you need to define what are you tracking. At the beginning of your challenge, clearly define what the heck you're doing. If you're not eating out, does that include drive-through coffee huts? If you're not spending anything except on bills, what is your plan if you run out of groceries or food in the house? Do you have a budgeted amount for any slip-ups? If you have a partner or spouse, I want you to go through kind of the rules with that person and write them down. I want you to both agree on the rules of this game and make sure that you stick to them. But deciding these things ahead of time will make it easier for you to follow them and stay on course when things get tough. Next, just start now. The nice thing about a 30-day challenge rather than a month-long challenge is that you can start when you're motivated, which is probably today if you're listening to this. Don't wait for the first of the month or the beginning of the week. Start now. Write the date at the beginning of each line so you can keep track of which days you've checked off. Number 3, have a visible reminder. Put your 30-day challenge tracker in a highly trafficked, visible place. The fridge, your master bathroom mirror, or maybe the master bedroom closet. Look at it every day to keep yourself motivated. If your 30-day challenge tracker is not to go through the drive-thru, put your tracker in your car or fold it up in your wallet so you see it when you're tempted. It doesn't really matter where you put it. Just make sure that it's someplace you're going to see it when you are thinking about spending money or breaking the challenge rules. Make the reward worth it. Decide on a reward that is motivating enough that you'll actually stick to your challenge. We planned one 30-day no restaurant challenge to end shortly before my birthday last year, so we could get takeout that night as the reward. For our second no spend challenge, we set aside part of the last stimulus payment as rewards for both of us. Whoever successfully went 30 days without spending unnecessarily was rewarded by adding that amount to their spending money account. Just a side note, we each have our own checking accounts just for spending money that we can spend on anything we want, no questions asked. Each payday, we both get a set amount in spending money transferred into that account. And that's in addition to our regular checking account where my husband's paycheck is deposited, and in addition to the bills checking account where all of our bills come out of. So we actually have 4 different checking accounts between the 2 of us. If you're just trying to save money, a single nice dinner for the month is probably much cheaper than 3 lattes a week and takeout twice a week. So you're coming out ahead money-wise by completing the challenge and then spending the money on the reward. When you're trying to break a habit, choose a reward that meets that goal too. So if you're trying to stop your, drive-through buying a soda after work habit, your reward shouldn't be you can start buying those sodas again, and make it something else that is in line with your new goals. Ensure that your people are on board with the 30-day challenge. If you live with others who can make decisions, so toddlers don't really count, make sure they're committed to the challenge too, if you expect them to participate. You can set up your challenge to only affect you, but you do need your family's buy-in if it affects them also. Don't bully your partner into giving up their daily latte if they're not committed to the same goals. You can, however, turn this challenge into a conversation starter. Show your partner that saving money can be fun if you approach it with the right mindset. Discuss your goals and your dreams. What does saving this money help you do in the bigger picture? Think of what you could do with the money you saved. If you're in debt payoff mode, I would recommend being responsible and use the saved money to pay off some debt. But also think about what you'd do with the money if you didn't have any debt. If you didn't have those obligations, what would this money do for you? What fun could you have with it? For my family, having no debt and a full emergency fund would allow my husband to be more flexible with his work and maybe spend more time at home with the girls and me. This would give me the childcare help I need so I could focus more on my business goals and dreams. So really, it's a win-win for both of us if once we get to that stage in our financial journey. Making money fun might also be the ticket to getting a reluctant partner on board too. Tap into your competitive side and make sure to choose rewards that really motivate you both. Make it a competition and make it fun. Your key takeaway from this episode is that saving money or changing your spending habits can be fun if you approach it with the right mindset. Write down the rules and the rewards for your challenge to keep you motivated. What should you do next? Now that you know all about creating your own 30-day challenge, go to the show notes in your podcast player, find the link to the 2 trackers, and download the one that you like best. They're exactly the same other than the color options. Set up the rules for your challenge. What is the start date? What are you doing or not doing for the next 30 days? And what's your reward? And then get to work. Okay, that's it for today. If you complete a 30-day challenge using the tracker, let me know. Tag me on Facebook or Instagram. Send me an email at hello@balancedfi.com. I would love to hear what your challenge was, what your reward was, and how successful it was. Thank you for listening to this episode. If you enjoy the Balanced Fi podcast, I'd be so grateful if you left us a review on iTunes or told a friend. As always, you can head to balancedfi.com to connect with me and stay in touch. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter at balancedfi. Until next time, stay intentional and look for balance.